Hey guys, welcome back to Karan's Cuisine. For my 9th world tour video, I'll be making tiramisu cake from Italy. Tiramisu cake is a delicious coffee-based creamy cake that originated in Italy and is a very popular Italian dessert. I'll be showing you guys a quick and easy recipe that doesn't require mascarpone cheese or alcohol. The ingredients needed are 2 cups of heavy cream, 1 cup of coffee, which should be cooled down, 1/2 cup of sugar, 3 egg yolks, a little bit of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 15 to 20 ladyfinger biscuits. The first step is to prepare a double boiler. Since I see that my water is boiling, I can cook the egg yolks on it. You want to make sure that the bottom of your bowl does not touch the water in the double boiler, and just keep stirring this so that the eggs don't scramble. It's been about 30 seconds and I can add my sugar. The tip here is that you have to pulse your sugar for 1 to 2 seconds since granulated sugar is really hard and it won't dissolve in the egg yolks easily. And you should be adding the sugar and cooking and stirring it for 8 to 10 minutes until all the sugar dissolves. You can see that the sugar is melting a little bit and it's become like a pale yellow color. So it's almost done, but we still need to cook it for like 3 to 4 minutes after we've already cooked it for 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 8 minutes and it's done because you can see that it has like a ribbony, thick, creamy, free-flowing consistency. So now we can take it off the heat. Now whisk your egg yolks with an electric whisk on medium to high for 3 to 4 minutes until it gets a little bit thicker. We whisked it for about 2 to 3 minutes until it hardened a little bit. Now we can work on the other steps. Now we have to whisk the heavy cream until its shape holds together. Now indentations have formed, so we can add the vanilla extract. I whisked the heavy cream for about a total of like 4 minutes and it's holding its shape. So now I can add the egg yolks and whisk it on low for 15 seconds. I whisked it for about 30 seconds and now the cream is ready. I baked these ladyfingers myself and I need to dip them in coffee and layer the bottom layer of the tiramisu cake. One tip here is that your coffee has to be cold and you don't want to soak it, just dip it barely on both sides and then put it in. I've spread and dipped my ladyfingers to make the first layer, so now I'll put half of my cream in. I've spread out my cream and I'm going to sift some Nesquik powder on top of it in the middle so that I can get a little bit of extra flavor. But if you don't have this, you can use cocoa powder or just not do it at all. It just adds, a little bit of extra kick to the tiramisu. Now I'll do one more layer of coffee dipped ladyfingers and then another layer of cream on top of that. Now sift a layer of cocoa powder on top and then cover it and put it in the freezer for an hour and then move it to the fridge and let it set for a day. You can also just eat it after an hour in the freezer, but if you let it set for a day in the fridge, then it'll taste better. Now I'm done dusting it and it looks so delicious, so I can put it in the freezer and freeze it for 1 to 2 hours. I froze the tiramisu for 1.5 hours and then I set it in the fridge overnight, so now I can cut it and taste it. I've plated it and now it's time for tasting. If you just like dip the ladyfingers, it gives the perfect amount of coffee, and like it's so creamy, it tastes so good. I really recommend you try this recipe because like the ingredients are pretty common to find. So try this recipe, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next world tour videos.